The Warhammer 40,000 roadmap is now officially done. Everything that was shown on there has got a release. So the big question is, what is next? Because there's still some armies out there that still haven't received the love. And of course, we've got just over a year before 12th edition hits. And I'm sure that's going to be filled with an absolute avalanche of new models. So we're going to jump in, we're going to theorize, we're going to whisper, we're going to talk about everything about the future of 40k over the next 12 months and what could be potentially releasing. So briefly, just to go over the old roadmap where we've just come from, I'm going to put in the background right now. As you can see, we see the Thousand Suns, we see the Space Wolves, we've seen all those stuff, the World Eaters, the Death Guard, the Chaos Knights. The Imperial Knights is still a bit on the edge. We'll talk about that in a second. There's a reason apparently why that hasn't come out yet. The Black Templars and the Grey Knights, of course, are going to be going on pre-order this coming Saturday to be released on the 9th of August. The whispers, the rumors were right about that, which is very, very exciting. A double release on the same day. And of course, on the horizon, which we'd all talk about or speculate about, it was the Salamander image, the Imperial Fist image, and the Votan image. What we've just got from that big reveal show, of course, is the Salamander character model, the Imperial Fist character model, the Leagues of Votan, I'm calling the Range Refresh 2.0, with all the stuff that they've got shown off. And that is it now. That is that roadmap completely finished. I was half expecting them to release a new roadmap for the rest of the stuff, or the rest of potential teases for the early part and, mid part of next year. But no, they haven't done that at all. They're literally keeping us in the dark at this moment in time. Now, what I want to do in this video is kind of talk about 40k and Kill Team at the same time, because Kill Team models, even though they're new, they still get rules for, of course, Warhammer 40,000. And I do predict there's going to be a lot of Kill Team stuff coming towards the end of this year and, of course, into next year. Mostly next year. I think we may just get one release this year, but mostly next year is going to be Kill Team. So, firstly, let's focus on the army that is not mentioned on there and everyone at this moment in time is talking about. And that, of course, is the Dark Eldar, the Drakara, as they're known these days. And the talk is, what the hell is going on with them? Now, I've heard rumors through the whispers and stuff like that, that apparently they were getting a multi-part Archon. That's the only whisper that I heard. Now, of course, we did have that leak from Games Workshop itself when they put out Lady Malice. They sent it to someone, they assembled it, and they're like, oh, look at this, it's Lady Malice. So maybe that is on the horizon. There's been a lot of talk about Eldar Corsairs, of course, and a lot of people have said to me, well, Valrak, they could release with the Eldar, the Dark Eldar, because the pirates and stuff like that, and, the rumours that I've been waffling about for some time is a brand new Prince Yril. There's apparently going to be a new Viper kit. There's supposed to be, like, jump troops in there. There's supposed to be, like, a Seer in there and stuff like that. I don't know. At this point, I'm saying that Corsairs are coming. Are they going to become with Dark Eldar? Absolutely no idea. I'll leave that for you chaps to talk about. What I will say about the Dark Eldar, though, is that I don't think they're going to get the range refresh that everyone wants, that everyone's talking about this edition. As far as the whispers are saying to me, next edition should be their edition where they get the big, big love to their range. In terms of what they're going to get in terms of love, no idea. Your guess at this moment in time is as good as mine, but I don't think we'll get it this edition. This edition is probably going to be a couple of HQs, and that's about it. Hopefully I'm wrong, and they get absolutely everything this edition. I do predict that their codex will be out by the end of this year, though. This year, I think they're going to get every 40k codex out, and then that is it done then. Then they can jump onto a narrative campaign that will wrap this edition up. And briefly, Imperial Knights, because I know that is a big talking point. I've heard that they were supposed to release along with Chaos Knights all the way back a couple of months ago, but there was a problem in the manufacturing, something to do with the sprues or something. Again, this is all just rumor. It's probably all lies at the end of the day, as you always say. Rumors are rumors. Rumors are all lies. Believe what you want. And that got pushed back till they fixed that manufacturing thing. But that should be coming by the end of this year as well. So the brand new sprue, the brand new Imperial Knight, the Codex, it all should be out by the end of this year. Now, something else I think that's going to be dropping this year is Space Marine Codex 2.0. There's so many people that keep calling me out on this. I personally believe the rumors. Just because I believe the rumors doesn't mean you have to believe the rumors. The rumors are all lies, right? They change, they're not real, they are real. I just think that there is going to be a Space Marine Codex 2.0. I know they're putting the rules out for the new characters for free, and it's like, yeah, maybe there's not going to be a Codex Space Marine 2.0. Maybe there's not, but I still believe believe, and that is where I'm focusing my mind to. So yes, I do believe that there is going to be a Codex 2.0, something like that, and with that, we're going to get like that Terminator box, which we've been talking about, with the brand new Terminator Ancient in there. There's supposed to be a Captain, a Chaplain Terminator armor. The new Assault Terminators are supposed to be coming in that. It's, you know, the thickness box set, as I keep calling it. I believe that all that is going to be arriving, hopefully by the end of this year, and then that is it then. That is it for all the codexes, and then we jump onto the narrative stuff, and this is where potentially we're going to get those new models. So what does this mean then for the end of the edition and, of course, the models going forward? Well, first things first, the big thing to talk about is the end narrative. That should be happening very, very soon. If the codexes are all wrapped up by the year's end, that means the narrative should be coming very, very fast. If I'm not mistaken, in 9th edition, they will launch the end narrative around December time. So potentially this December, we could get the end narrative. I don't know what the end narrative is going to be. There's so much speculation. There's so many rumor out there. Personally, I think it's something to do with Necrons, and I think this is why we're seeing some Necron rumor images, like the Nightbringer I keep hearing about for the brand new Catan model for the Necrons is coming. Maybe that could blend in with it. Vashtor's there. Does that mean more Vashtor forces are going to be coming out? Again, I've heard rumors that Vashtor is supposed to get in some of his type of beatbot bots and stuff. Like, they're not dark mech, but it's more like Vashtor's creations. Could that be something? Shuren Blackheart. Where is Shuren Blackheart, right? I want him to take over because he's way cooler than Abaddon, in my opinion. I've been hearing for a while now that he's got a brand new model. Could this be the start of the Red Corsairs getting some love? Maybe they go there, they help Vashtor, they're hitting the Imperium in its face. As I mentioned, the Necrons are there, the Silent King is there, Imhotep the Stormlord's there, Belisarius Cawl is there. Potentially, could this be where we get the new Space Marine stuff, like the Assault Terminators helping Belisarius Call out to mix in with this end edition? Like, there's so much really that they could do if it is the Necrons versus the Imperium with Vashtor there, because there's just so many massive characters there. I know the another one is the Orcs maybe, and then we're going to get more Orc models leading up to the launch of 11th. I hope that's true because, again, I absolutely love fighting Orcs, but I think they really got to hold the Orc narrative back for 11th edition. So 11th edition will drop with, like, the Orcs have arrived, they've got the biggest war in the world, like, they've taken advantage when the Imperium's been focusing on the Great Rift and Prime Nexus, the Green Tide is coming, and now we have to combat them as well. I think that's, again, personally, that's a direction they're going to go in with that one. But in terms of models, I keep hearing stuff like, well, the rumors that were whispering, the same rumors about the Death Watch versus Necron Kill Team box set. We're also talking about rumors of, you know, Grey Knights versus World Eaters. Is potentially that going to be a box set and bring more models of that? The main thing about the Grey Knights this edition is that they've got absolutely nothing in terms of new models, and rightly so. People are a bit upset about that. Yes, they kind of got the upgrade kit with the Dread Knight, but a lot of people are like, this is not what I wanted. I wanted like new Terminator models. I wanted new like Inceptor models kind of thing. And I'm hoping that if the Kill Team rumor is true with this whole Grey Knight versus Khorne thing, then maybe this is where they start to get some love. I would absolutely love a Terminator Force in there. I don't think they'd do that. I think they'd do it more like with the basic Grey Knight troops. But there is an image out there. I'll try and find it and put it in the background right now, which is very, very World Eater-ish. And I'm hoping, right, I'm hoping down to my golden Emperor plums that that image is to do with that rumoured Grey Knight versus World Eater Kill Team box set. Again, I think there's going to be so much Kill Team stuff coming in next year. Another rumor I heard as well to do with the Kill Team stuff. Again, same whispers in the Whisperverse and stuff like that. Well, this is coming from multiple people, is that Exodites are supposed to be coming out in the Kill Team as well. I've heard that from so many bloody whispers. At this point, if it doesn't turn out to be true, then I'm just going to cry. Again, is it going to be this edition? It's going to be next edition? I have no idea. But Eldar riding dinos, I'm all for it, right? I'm not a fan of Eldar, but I absolutely love dinosaurs. And if you put dinosaurs in 40k, I am there to ride into the sunset with those pointy-eared Eldar. I also have hope that certain characters that vanish from codexes, one being Gabriel Seph, maybe the end edition is going to give them a brand new model and they appear in one of these end campaign books with all their rules in there, stratagems, everything like that. I think that would be a perfect way to do it. Of course, I'd like him to be bundled back in the Blood Angel Codex, but for Blood Angel players, you know, Gabriel Seph is not in there. And Gabriel Seph is one of the most renowned, one of the most popular, one of the most badass characters in all Warhammer 40,000. So it was a bit of a head scratcher when they removed him from that book. And the only thing I can logically think of is that they're saving him for the end campaign of this edition. So he gets a brand new model, brand new rules, and he's looking absolutely badass, and you can field all your Flesh Terror armies, and hopefully brand new rules and stratagems and stuff like I just mentioned for him. So that's fingers crossed for like stuff like that. And again, Pedro Cantor, people keep asking about. Did the little Pedro Cantor video the other day. I don't think it's going to happen this edition. I think that's going to be next edition with a big anniversary of course, Warhammer 40,000. 40-year anniversary for Warhammer 40,000 in 2027. I think one of the big things to grip onto at this moment in time is that the reveal shows are certainly not over. We still have Nova open, if I'm not mistaken, towards the end of August. And I think this is going to be where they reveal potentially a brand new 40k roadmap, and of course talk about some more stuff that is going to be coming towards the end of this year and potentially at the end of the edition. So next month we'll have a little bit more insight into what the hell's coming, because now we're more or less filled up with everything. Everything is out that we've seen, and we need more. We want more. We want cool models. Forget the rules, right? The rules are always broken. Give us cool bloody models, Games Workshop. Anyway, enough waffling. Enough waffling? What the hell's a raffling? Enough waffling for me. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching as always. If you've got any thoughts, feedback, anything like that, post them down below. I'd love to hear your theories, your speculation, and potentially what could be coming for models towards the end of the year. What would you like to see? What is your army, right? Tell me this in the comment section. What is your army, and what would you like to see for that army? Post it down below. See you in a bit. Have a great day, evening, night, way around the world, and bye-bye.